back in the K-pop world to start this week, talking about ITZY with Checkmate, their first release since their full-length debut album, Crazy in Love from last year. And Checkmate, just like a lot of these K-pop releases, a nice short 7-song album, and I really appreciate these mini albums. Shout out Kanye West. Uh, ITZY though, I think in listening to them, and compared to some of the other groups and artists we've been talking about from K-pop recently, this felt like a bit of a return to like the traditional K-pop sound in my book, and
Mm.
it was welcome in some ways, but also kind of left me feeling like, well, I don't know how exciting this is compared to some of the other stuff. How did you feel after listening to Checkmate?
Yeah, I think that's fair. Uh, you have a lot of the things you come to expect from these K-pop releases, and the production side of things is largely within those expectations as well. So, yeah, I don't know if I was necessarily wowed or super impressed with anything, but I still didn't mind a good amount of these songs. I think, like you said, a big part of that is the brevity of many of these K-pop mini albums, EPs, whatever you call them, and yeah, I think just the production seemed to really match what the performers of ITZY, these 5 women, their strengths seem to really match this production. And I think if you look at the lead single on this, the one with the music video, Sneakers,
Hmm.
that's your banger off this
Oh yeah.
release. And I actually like really enjoyed the verses on that
Hmm.
because the members really go back and forth between singing part of the verse, hip hop part of the verse, really back and forth. I think it really keeps you on your toes, keeps the energy high alongside this, engaging production as it is. And I actually think the chorus itself, that hook, the put your sneakers on part, I actually think that's one of the weaker parts of the song. But like all those verses, and especially that pre-chorus where that singing
Yeah.
is like really great. I think just there's so much catchy stuff about that song, and the chorus is almost besides the point.
Yeah. No, I agree. Sneakers was a clear standout. And that pre-chorus part you're talking about, I love when they're like, "Or you can call me weird." Like it just sounds so fucking good. And yeah, I it's interesting because the song starts off with this almost like, like Middle Eastern influenced like
Mm,
sound to it, and then it kind of goes like more traditional, but then it always kind of goes back to it. So it was interesting. Definitely kept you on your toes. And yeah, I agree with you as well. I think the chorus is the weaker part of it, but I don't think that's the only song I really liked on here.
mm,
Domino was a song I really liked near the end. It's the last. So there's actually only 6 songs because they have the all English version of Sneaker to kind of close
right.
this out. So Domino is like the closing song in a way as well. But it just is like it's definitely pure K-pop, but it just sounds so like glamorous and like
Yeah,
it feels
softer.
very summery. Yeah, which I really
Mhm.
appreciated, and they really like ride on the production really well. So I think those are probably my 2 standouts from this. Were there any others that you liked?
There were, yeah. I think with Domino, the summary nature of it kind of brings back the thoughts we just had last week with their JYP label mate Nyan, which was definitely
Yeah,
a lighter, summery vibe throughout the course of her solo debut there.
good call.
Yeah, I enjoyed 365 a lot as well for the hip hop on that. Also,
Mm,
heavy electronic production there. And then what I want, I think, is actually becoming a bit of a grower for me because that's another one where it's like kind of like a repetitive, almost like playful hook. The I know what I want. Like it's repetitive, but it's actually still like lyrical and like saying a message and stuff. And like it was becoming catchy for me. So I think that's one I'll actually end up going back to. When I first heard it, I was like, I don't know about this one, but yeah, I think overall I enjoyed this release and definitely interested in ITZY. I noticed that all of their like lead singles throughout their run, and they only debuted in early 2019. All of their singles have been English,
mm,
so they are clearly focused on a
they're going
global
for it.
global appeal here. So definitely looking forward to seeing what's next from them and what else JYP is cooking. But yeah, I mean, this has really been the K-pop summer for women. It feels
Yeah.
like with Nyan and not too long ago the a Twice release, and now we
Yep.
have ITZY and aespa, and we know Blackpink's coming in like a month
Oh
and
man.
Girls' Generation's coming back from hiatus. It's a huge summer for the K-pop ladies for sure.
Man, that Blackpink album, is just gonna break every
Don't
record
get me started.
possible. We're excited to talk about that, but we'll be adding a song from ITZY to our Nostalgia Best of 2022 on Spotify. So hit the follow on that.